Hey guys, welcome back to Open It and Play. This is Mike, and today we're going to be looking at the Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man figure from Marvel Legends. So, Ultimate Miles Morales. Miles Morales was created in the Ultimate Universe, so it's rather appropriate that he is the ultimate version of him. But he does go on to enter the mainstream, like Marvel 616 universe, the main story of Marvel. I haven't read any Miles Morales comics, but I like the idea of the character. I'm familiar with him through the Into the Spider-Verse movies, through the Spider-Verse, across the Spider-Verse, out of the Spider-Verse, all of those guys. Anyways, we're going to see. This guy is infamous for being a bit of a hips manless figure. So he's got giant birthing hips, but I did see some videos that recommend like modifications that we can make to make this figure work or make it a decent figure. And I saw him dirt cheap here in Japan. I'm sorry to say, but in Japan, I have noticed a major trend with a lot of toys that feature dark-skinned characters. I've said this before in one of my previous videos, but unfortunately they don't sell in Japan well. I may be wrong for some specific characters, but from my experience living here, I often see darker-skinned characters on the clearance aisle. And this guy was another case of that. It's kind of ironic because I think the Into the Spider-Verse movies do okay in Japan. The Spider-Verse, whatever you want to say, Miles Morales movies. But unfortunately with the toys, it's kind of another thing. So, all right, let's get a look at this guy's accessories. You saw the mini comic there. That was, I think, the first appearance of Miles Morales. At least it's Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 1. So, okay. Now this figure, he is kind of infamous. So if people in Japan are not buying him because of that, then I totally understand. We're going to see just how bad his hips look like here in a second. Sorry, I've got this guy kind of off camera. He is just a little bitty guy because he is supposed to be a teenager. I don't remember exactly how old he is when the story of Miles Morales starts, but for his accessories, we have his main head, which is a pretty important part. Okay, I do have another Miles Morales figure, but that is from the first Spider-Verse movie, and I like that figure, but it doesn't depict his kind of classic costume from the comics. So then we have this alternate hand for web thwip, and out of the box he has a web thwip and an open hand, like crawling hand. And sorry, whoops. The other hands are a fist. It says horizontally hinged, and it's his right hand, and a gripping hand for that little comic accessory. This one should be vertically hinged. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. It's horizontally hinged too. Okay. So, yeah. All right. And he's already fallen down. Now this guy is so infamous, but I'm going to try to give him a fair shake. All right. He was standing by himself at first, but now he's just constantly falling over. But let's see if I can get him kind of straight. We'll get a measurement on him real quick. And the focus is completely gone. I'm sorry. Okay, here is where he's at. Right about here. So Miles is standing at 5.5. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, sorry. 5 3/4, it looks like. 5 3/4 inches. So about 13.5 centimeters or so. All right. And he's got a mug that only a mother could love because he's supposed to be a teenager, but this looks like a full-grown adult. So that's kind of Whoa, it's kind of odd that they chose this head sculpt, but yeah, I might be able to use it for somebody else. I don't know what he looks like that exactly in the comics, so it may not be too bad, but to me he looks a lot older than a young teenager. So okay, his head will look up that far, his head will look down like this, so that's pretty decent for the posability. But unfortunately this is, geez, come on, sorry, it's really hard to focus on him for some reason. My lighting keeps going dark, and then when I try to correct that, it's overcorrecting and going really bright. So, okay. You don't really get any side to side, unfortunately. Not very much. I guess you get a tiny bit. But, yeah. Sorry, I didn't even really look at his overall aesthetic. So, those hips are the main thing. Though mine doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. Okay. And his butterflies go back like that, pretty decent. Forward will get you that much, so quite good for the forward part. So they definitely optimized his posability. He is a really dinky figure compared to a lot. He's so small, but he can go back that far, and he does have the inverted ab crunch, so he can go back just a heck of a lot. He can go forward also a heck of a lot, though it does start to look a little less natural. But yeah, side to side like this and like this. So okay, his legs are the start of the infamy, so he can go all over the place. Look at this. These drop down hips can look really crazy at times, and if you pull them up straight, they can look really, really bad like that. So I think that's what a lot of people are complaining about with this figure. But yeah, you can basically make him kick all the way around, basically, really far. But okay, sorry, I forgot about going over his usual stuff. So the shoulders all the way around, up a lot, but it is very gummy feeling, so you might want to watch out. It's probably going to pop off. Okay, double jointed pinless elbows will get you that far, so that's a lot. And we talked about his hands already, but if you couldn't imagine, his hands do swivel and whoops, hinge. Okay, and this one's this way. All right. And now back to those legs. So he's got, a pretty tight thigh cut. He's got double jointed pinless knees that will get you back a long ways. And he does have a boot cut. It's not a very attractive one, but doesn't have to be, I don't think. Okay, his feet will go back just a heck of a lot, and forward a decent amount, but it's not the best. But all right, so basically you're supposed to be able to get some really dynamic poses with this character, I think, or with this figure, I should say. I'm gonna see what kind of craziness I can get him into, just like kind of right out of the box. We'll see if I can get a pose that I like. I do think these weird hips work okay to get some poses really quick. So they're not the worst thing, but I am going to try to do X Scorpio's idea where you drill just a little bit into the thighs and then press them in a little bit deeper. So, and I'll probably do the same thing that I did with my Black Widow figure, where I shave off part of this little bump. I think X Scorpio recommended that too. I did that on my Black Widow because I replaced it with the Spider-Woman giant legs, or thick thighs. So anyways, okay, we'll put this guy alongside another kind of alternate Spider-Man. is Ben Reilly one, but this is his old figure, so I don't know if it's a very great comparison for you guys, but I don't have my new fancy Ben Reilly Spider-Man here. Scarlet Spider, I should say. But okay, thanks guys for joining me for this look at the Ultimate Miles Morales figure, and hope to see you in the next video. F-Ice and F-Ice and F-Ice and F any Snazzies in your neck of the woods. Bye for now, guys.